Okay. Right. I love the gavel. Welcome everybody to tonight's meeting, the Planning Committee. Public participation. I don't think we've got anybody.
No.
Which is fine. So we'll just move on straight to item agenda number 1, which is the apologies for absence and substitutions. We have apologies of absence from the Town Mayor and Councillor Peacock, Councillor Scott, Councillor
Mrs.
Belsey, and Councillor Pond and Councillor Gibbs. But we are ably substituted, or they are ably substituted by Councillor Mrs. Varron and Councillor Barnett. So we just need to take a vote on that to agree with that, if everyone's in favour.
Yes.
Substitutions.
Lovely.
So, item number 2 is to receive the minutes of the meeting held on the 27th of June. This is for accuracy. I would like to propose these. Can I ask for a second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Councillor Whittaker. Does anybody have any comments? No? Fantastic. All those in favour? Sign away.
Initial, please.
There's a lot of
Questions.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think it's going to be fine. Thank you, Chair.
awesome. Item number 3 on the agenda is to receive members' declarations of interest. I know that we have a few. I don't know if you wanted to mention them, Julie. I know that you're on
The licensing committee at Mid Sussex.
But
we don't have any licenses.
That's okay.
And
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, I'm a member of the Mid-Sussex District Council District Planning Committee to reserve my rights. Should any of these applications come before we again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item number 4, Chairman's announcements. Just really a very quick note to say that there is the new subcommittee which feeds into Finance and General Purposes, which is the Environment and Sustainable Travel subcommittee, has been set up. Terms of reference have been agreed, and we have our first meeting, fingers crossed, on the 19th of July. So we'll agree the moving forward, the projects and things that we want to get involved with, and agree where a way forward for this specific year. So that's very exciting, and great news as a council, I think. Once again, it just sets up East Grinstead as a leading town in a district for that kind of thing, which I think is really important. So yeah, thank you for everybody for their support, and that obviously feeds into planning as well. So that's this is why we're mentioning it in this particular committee, because part of the remit is to do with the neighbourhood plan, and so therefore it fits nicely with this particular committee too. So hopefully we'll have some more teeth in terms of development moving forward. So that is that. We are looking to actually review the neighbourhood plan. I think there's work due to be made on that one. So that subcommittee then will feed into that too. So thank you very much. Item number 5 is tree applications. So we have 4 tree applications. I can't really see anything that's that contentious, and normally we would put it to the district tree officer for their scrutiny. Does anybody have any comments on any of the applications? So I would propose that we would just refer it to the district tree officer. Can I have a second for that?
Happy to second.
Thank you very much. All those in favour? Thank you very much. And then item number 7 are the applications. There is one application on the agenda today. I'm going to sit down actually. On the agenda today, which is DM 231507, 42 Escott Drive. It's to add a proposed 2-bedroom dwelling on land adjoining 42 Escott Drive. dropped curb to allow for parking arrangements. We have 2 representation letters and 2 consultation responses from West Sussex and Contaminated Land. Districts, the planning board has been playing up this week, so there's not much more information in terms of those representation letters that I could find. So I'm really sorry about that. But I'm going to hand this over to Councillor Farron, as this is your ward.
Thank you.
Or would you like me to? Would you like?
I couldn't get onto the portal,
Okay,
so thank you for positive. I couldn't get onto the portal, so I couldn't see everything on there.
fine.
I have been and had a look and actually been to visit the site because it is a really tight site. That particular part of Escotts Drive is quite compact with its houses.
Yeah.
And the house that is, I think number 42, is a semi-detached house. And I couldn't tell, and I'm not sure this picture's any better, tell from the front where the drive is, whether what is quite behind and where the buildings actually go.
So yeah, so that's the 42.
Where
That's
the
what's right
fencing
here.
and everything is, you can't
Yeah.
tell quite which is their garden
Yeah.
and quite where it comes into the garden on the corner. You see the house on the corner.
Yes. So that's 40.
Yeah, it is actually really quite close. It looks closer in real life than it does in that drawing,
Yeah.
to be fair.
That what they've done is they've fenced it off here,
Yeah, it's got a fence, it goes like that,
and
the
then
fence.
there's they've got some garden sheds in there.
Okay, so I think it is
Yeah.
the space there, and I think they put their own drive in front of the fences, so that it looks slightly back. There is a precedent further down the road on further corner on Escotts Drive. They have already put an dwelling on the corner property
Okay.
further down, which went in a few years ago now.
Yeah.
But it's not such a tight spot. So the
So-
plan,
This is the plan. Bear with me. Let me
Yeah.
just.
because the existing house has a side window.
Can you see that? So that's the layout
So
and the location here.
So you see the roof plan on the one on the left. So there's a window on the side of the existing house, number 42. There's a second floor window on that side, so it would be looking straight onto the brick window. From the first picture there, so it would be looking out straight onto that.
Got that.
Yeah, there's one on the side.
Okay.
There is a tree which looks like it's in the illustration now, and I don't know if that has a TPO on it. I couldn't work that out because that's a massive tree to come out for it to go in.
It's a Leyland from what I
Yeah.
saw.
It is a big river growing one by the looks of it.
So this is just I'll go through the slide. So that's the. Just have to revert back.
It's inside, it's in keeping with the road, to be fair. The house is in keeping with the road and the other houses that are on it. It's just whether it obscures the vision and the light of the
Yeah.
existing house, number 42 and number 40 on the corner.
Okay, so that gives you an idea,
Yeah.
a bigger idea of what the plot would look like. So, are you proposing that it would be a refusal, or are you proposing that you would approve? And then we can throw it out to everybody.
Oh, you make me make
It's all right. It doesn't matter if you just go with your instinct, and we can throw it open to everybody, and then we can have a discussion about it. But you have to propose something first.
No, I'm a bit unsure which was. How do you want to come to me first?
Well, there's no right or wrong
Check.
answer, so don't feel like you've got to make a.
So, seeing the size of it, the size of the house will fit on the plot.
Okay.
I wonder what garden and everything. So if I propose that it's accepted, then at least we can move forward with the discussion.
Yes. All right. So we have a proposal for approval. Can we have a second?
I'll second that. Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Whittaker. Okay. So does anybody have any comments?
I noted there was no environmental research done.
Yeah.
And there was mention on a couple of occasions of bats. So I do wonder perhaps if we ought to have an environmental
Okay.
report on the area.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's quite a neat design. It fits in. I think I completely agree with your comments, Leah. But I think it's modest. It's the sort of house I think that would fit in well. They haven't tried to, quite often in these situations, they try and cram on too much. So I do think it's appropriate. Can we just check on the objections on the portal, Chairman?
The objections were mainly to deal with the unneighbourly and access and the proximity to neighbours. Well, there were, I think there were 3 or 4. There were 2 representation letters. Historically, though, there was in 2019, they'd asked for a 3-bedroomed house on the same plot that was refused, and it was a 3-bedroomed house with basically a roof dormer where the 3rd bedroom was going to be.
So
that was refused. They then got planning permission for a 2-bedroomed extension, which was permitted, which was allowed. And now they've come in with a house that's actually the same size as the 3-bedroomed property before. So I thought I might just read what district said previously, as I think that might have some bearing on people's views on it. The dormer was very contentious, so they've taken the dormer window out, and this particular window here, that window there is a lot smaller in the previous application. But the positioning within the plot through the staggered relationship with the neighbourhood properties was an issue, and DP26 and EG3 were cited. Due to the positioning and distance of the new dwelling with the rear of 40 here, Escotts Drive, the proposal would result in an unacceptable impact to the amenities of the neighbouring occupiers, resulting in an overbearing impact and reduction in outlook. The proposal thereby conflicts with DP26 and EG3, and also the proposal does not adequately mitigate potential impact on the Ashdown Forest Special Protection Area and the Special Area of Conservation, and then would be contrary to the Conservation and Habitats and Species Regulations 2010 and DP 17 and EG16 of the neighbouring plan. So I thought I'd just throw that in there just to add some light.
Just to follow up, I think it does tie up because the existing layout shows a single detached sort of garage, so there is space there, and I think it tidies it up, and it's appropriate. And you know, when we're looking across the town over the course of the year, if we can get 20 or 30 of these kind of new houses coming in, which are attractive, 2-bedroom, you know, then you know it saves 30 houses on a green field somewhere, you know. So, and I think the presumption in favour of sustainable development, I think it's sustainable.
Yeah, that's fair.
What is the footprint, more or less, of the already agreed extension this would be replaced?
The extension is less of a footprint, but we're then making a 4-bedroom house instead of an additional 2-bedroom house. That's fine.
Thank you, Chair. The obviously they wanted the dormer window, and that got refused on the 3rd bedroom. This is I don't think we can answer this, but what is the guarantee that they won't then come back to planning in the future dates for either dormers and then on potentially both houses, their existing house and the one that's being built?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I know you can't.
Yeah,
you can't really
unfortunately, you can only
hope that somebody protects that in the
done
future.
And that comes under that will come back as another planning application, and then we'll have to make a call on that one. Definitely. but the chances are they won't because they've already
Always
tried
hope.
that. They've already tried that.
Yeah.
So would anybody else have any other comments? So we'll go with approval. So I need to take a vote on that. All those in favour of approval? Okay, thank you very much. Well, that was good, wasn't it? The next planning committee is on the 26th of July. Sorry, councillor.
I have to be clear, I didn't know that we were not going to include 52 Shelley Road, but obviously not. Which is a two-storey side extension.
Yep.
But I think it's okay. I would recommend approval, but the opposite neighbour in number 49 is agreed in principle, but they just have a few concerns, and I'm sure the planning officers will take those comments into consideration.
Yes.
But overall, I recommend approval.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The next meeting is the 26th of July. I'll call an end to the this particular meeting at 7:16.
Thank you.
You chair.